I thought walking doesn't give me any time to think. But every morning when I walk, I think about in my sermon and so on. So after I go home, I always, take a note. This is my note here. Now, there's the poster says David Lim. I don't know what kind of, Republican or Democrat, I don't know. He is candidate for, Samatio Council, it says. Not a person. Fred Hansen, I don't know which, the party he belongs to. But don't you think it's interesting? I have no idea about these two candidates. Only I remember their names because along my walking route, I see these, posters and so on. Don't you think in every day of life, you already decide which guy is better without knowing these two people? Only you really visualized out of this name, Hansen, probably Swedish. I mean, a long time ago, his ancestors came from Sweden or Norway, I don't know. But David Lim should be from, his ancestors came from China here. Then your imagination really, really expanded here. And then you may have a certain kind of judgment here. So the first Patrick of seven masters here, first of the seven masters, he likes to use the word prapancha here. And then out of this so-called idea based upon our own delusion, you and I have already mistaken notion about these candidates here. So, don't you think? Once we start having this argument, we are not so peaceful. Rather than that, we are angry. Both of us talking out of our delusion here. So you can really look up on the, those political candidates and so-called through this internet. You can try to find their site and then try to understand their vision, political idea and this and that. But people who don't have the computer, they have no way to. So last June, before I went to Japan, I wanted to bring my wife to the Shinran Shonin's memorial site. It's very inconvenient, when you take this road. So I went to Hongganji, tried to find the guidebook. There was none. Before I went to Japan, I talked to Reverend Mezu. Do you have any guidebook? He says, no. You can always look up in the so-called, internet. Reverend Mezu, not everybody has an idea to look up in the, internet. Today, those who can operate this computer, you can know. So many people just left behind. They don't know. So don't you think? You already have a kinds of the group, separate group. People who know, people who don't. So again, we do have a group of mixed people. And then when we discuss, naturally, people who are awakened, people who are still ignorant, they're all mixed. Prapancha. We call this, our discussion is not really based upon the truthfulness. Okay? Now, Jodo Shinshu encourages to raise questions here and then listen very hard. 1976, with my father-in-law, we visited in India. Just follow the Shaolin Buddha's so-called footstep. Boy, I was so, amazed at these sites, so I want to go back again. 2 years later, 1978, do you remember Reverend Hiroshi Abiko was at this place. He organized this BCA India pilgrimage tour. I called him from Maui. I'd like to join your group. So I joined his group and went to India with him. One of the members from Salt Lake City, Mrs. Lei Fujimoto, her husband started the so-called miso business in San Francisco. Brand was Fuji Jirushi miso. I'm sure some of you remember this miso. So when it started the war, they moved to from San Francisco to move to Salt Lake City. She happened to know my father-in-law because my father-in-law was at the San Francisco Buddhist Temple and also Salt Lake Buddhist Temple before the war. So during our trip, Mrs. While we were eating, she asked me a lot of questions. She thought I was really odd and a member of this tour group. So I said, yeah, I'm a minister in Hawaii. And then I asked her, do you remember Akaho Shingetsu Akaho? Yeah, he was my minister in San Francisco and Salt Lake City. And then somehow, because of this conversation, we became so close. Every time when we had the, free time, she asked me, Reverend Kujo, can you come with me? Where? Jewelry store. So I like to buy some, stones and so on. Mrs. Fujimoto, do you know price that, in American market? Yes, I know. Oh, that's good. So we visited in various jewelry store, and then she told me, I'd like to have that. So I was the one who negotiated with the Indian merchant. So somehow every time she wanted, she got it. She got what she wanted here. And then we finished our trip. So I went back to Hawaii. And then as I went back on, temple, and then settled at the minister's, personage. We have a small shrine, so I reported my, Buddha at the shrine. I came back, thank you very much for my, safe bag and so on. And then placed all the omiyage in front of the, a small shrine. And then I called my two children. And, I had one baby too, but two children. Now, you guys put hands together and then Namo Amida Butsu, and you can get your, gift. So they did it. So my wife asked me, where's mine? Well, none. Okay. Don't you remember when I went to India 2 years ago? I bought the jade ring. As you open the jade the box, you said only, "Ha." You didn't say thank you. Oh, I love this ring. You didn't really tell me anything. You're mine. So I thought you didn't like the ring. So no use for me to get the souvenir for you. Okay? Oh, I like that, still she has. So I like that ring. So why you didn't tell me about? Then my wife said, well, you didn't ask me, that's why. Okay, this is kinds of conversation based upon the illusion. We always, depends on other persons to know me better than I do.